What if I told you there was a time when the Earth nearly froze to death, and humanity stood just one mistake away from extinction? Imagine a world where entire continents turned into endless sheets of ice, where forests vanished under glaciers, and where even the breath of living creatures seemed to crystallize in the air. This was no myth, no fantasy. This was the Ice Age. And without it, you and I wouldn't even exist today. But how did it begin? And more importantly, how did it finally end? It all started millions of years ago. The Earth, always restless, shifted its face. Mountains rose, seas closed, and ocean currents began to twist in strange new ways. The warm flow that once heated the planet's poles slowed, and winters grew harsher, longer, more punishing. Step by step, snow stopped melting in the summers. Each year it piled higher. A cycle begun, the more ice formed, the more sunlight it reflected back into space, making the Earth colder still. And so, the trap was set. The world turned into a frozen prison. Gigantic walls of ice, glaciers taller than skyscrapers, crept across the lands. They crushed everything in their path. Forests, rivers, entire valleys disappeared under a silence so vast it was terrifying. Animals had to adapt or die. Mammoths grew thick fur and colossal size to withstand the cold. Saber-tooth cats prowled the shadows, their fangs perfect for tearing through frozen hides. Giant cave bears ruled the dark. And then there were the humans, fragile, thin-skinned creatures who had no claws, no fur, no natural weapons. How could they possibly survive this world of giants and predators? The truth is, many didn't. Some tribes vanished forever, but a few, just a few, learned to fight back against the ice. They discovered fire was not just warmth, but a weapon. They hunted in packs, cleverer than the beasts that stalked them. They wore the skins of mammoths and wolves to turn weakness into armor, and they ate anything. Roasted bugs, rotten marrow sucked from bones, frozen berries dug from beneath the snow, even the flesh of animals they had never dared to taste before. It wasn't pride that kept them alive. It was desperation. But here's the twist that almost no one tells you. The Ice Age wasn't one single frozen stretch. It came in waves, lasting thousands upon thousands of years. Ice would advance, and then retreat. For a moment the world warmed, rivers flowed, and grass returned. Then suddenly, the cold came back, harsher than before. For humanity, it was a cruel game of survival, never knowing when the warmth would vanish again. And yet, something remarkable happened. Those brutal hardships forged us. The constant struggles shaped our bodies, our brains, and our instincts. Cooperation became our weapon. Storytelling around fires became our memory. Planning hunts, predicting the seasons, working as tribes. These weren't luxuries. They were the difference between life and extinction. So how did it finally end? Not with a sudden thaw, but with time itself. The Earth shifted again. Tilt, orbit, atmosphere, tiny cosmic alignments slowly tipped the balance back. Ice retreated. Glaciers melted, valleys reappeared. Forests regrew where frozen deserts once stood. The great mammoths dwindled. The saber-tooths disappeared, and the humans, we spread. The end of the Ice Age was not the end of struggle. It was the beginning of civilization. The land freed by melting ice became fertile soil. Rivers roared back to life. People planted seeds, built homes, and stayed in one place for the first time. Out of cold, hunger, and fear came farming, villages, and eventually, empires. So next time you look at the world around you, remember to see everything you see. Cities, technology, even the device you're rewatching this on exists because our ancestors refused to die in the ice. They faced a frozen earth, predators with fangs longer than knives, starvation that could end their bloodlines, and still, they endured. The Ice Age nearly ended us. Instead, it made us.